All right, let's talk about Ted Cruz. Here we go. From CNN, protesters interrupt Ted Cruz's interview on The View. Did you guys see this? Ted Cruz was on The View, and it was disrupted by protesters, and it was really funny that people were saying that it was the cat with the salad meme, because the View women, like Whoopi Goldberg, were screaming at the audience to like stop yelling, and Ted Cruz was just laughing. It's like having a good time. So you have these climate change protesters appearing on The View. They're screaming while Ted Cruz is talking. And they're protesting oil or whatever. I don't know what group they're with. Cover climate now, they yelled. Here's the best part. We're 15 days away from the midterm elections. Early voting is already happening. And the number one issue right now on people's minds, for the most part, is the economy and gas prices. So when you have a Republican on The View in front of all these people, and you're screaming, no more gas, no more fossil fuels, Ted Cruz, he should have been like, well, I assure you, if you vote Republican, we'll make sure there will be more of it. And then the prices will come down. But think, like, these activists, look, my conspiracy theory on this one is that they're being hired by Republicans.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Including the soup can girls?
Soup can girls.
Or non-binary individuals?
Well,
mashed potatoes.
Apparently it's an heiress to the Getty oil fortune who's been providing some funding to them. And so I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying it's conspiracy theory. Why, right before the midterms, are anti-oil activists acting a fool, making the left look really, really bad, and when gas prices are freaking people out? You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not literally saying the Republicans are paying them. I'm saying they may as well be. All Republicans should be clapping and cheering for this.
To be fair, we don't, the Republicans never fight right anyway, and they don't fight dirty like that. That's probably been one of our biggest weaknesses. So I couldn't give them that much credit for thinking that far ahead.
They're literally screaming, no more oil. What are you going to be using that? And
They're
my favorite
literally
clip,
calling for mass murder.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, absolutely. They don't understand the larger consequences if we get rid
Or maybe
of oil.
they do understand the larger consequences and they just don't care.
Or maybe they just want to get rid of people.
They're consequentialists.
No, they care. They care about the earth and not the people. You know what I mean? Right. Do I care about the centipede that I step on as it's like you're running towards me? I'm like, centipede. It's like, I care to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like, do you care about the wasps you spray? You care in the sense that they have alerted you to their presence. You don't like them, and now you're doing away with them. You know,
but
you see what I'm saying?
they think that we can have the same comforts and luxuries that we have now without fossil fuels. Don't they? At least they want to survive.
What I'm saying is they think we can have the same comfort as we do now without fossil fuels if tons of people die. You see what I'm saying? You know, like when I see a wasp's nest on my porch, I care. That is not a good thing. And so I spray them and the wasps die. So they care, but not in the way you'd think a human is supposed to care about another human.
Yeah, my favorite thing is seeing all the garbage left after a lot of these climate change rallies. My second favorite thing was recently seeing a video of these people gluing their hands to the street. And then one of the ladies doing that glued her hand and took toxic super glue and just threw it down the drain right afterwards with a sign that says we need to protect the environment. I mean, these people could be making legitimate actions. There are legitimate things that we could do to start cleaning things up, especially in our environment, especially when it comes to holding multinational corporations accountable, especially when it comes to holding China accountable, but they're not doing any of that. Their end goal is to essentially punish everyone for not paying enough taxes to the government, which is such an MK Ultra mind control belief that is just mind-boggling, being able to sit here saying these people think if you give the government more money, the weather's going to be gooder. That makes no sense at all.